Hi, my name is Connie Joy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're not new to my channel, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys all the reasons why I want to be white so bad. This is so risky. I mean, but really, is it risky? Is it really risky though? I mean, I guess it's really not risky, seeing as I've never been accepted into the community anyway. So they would expect something like this from me anyway. Alright, let's just be honest. Okay. Hey guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Connie Joy. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're not new to my channel, then you knew this video was probably coming eventually. I don't even know how to get into this, to be honest. How do I start this video? Let's talk. If you're watching this video and you already don't like me, this video is just going to further piss you off. So I advise you to just stop watching right here. If you continue watching, that's on you. Don't complain later on in the comments because you stayed for the shindig, okay? So today, we're going to be talking about why so many black people think that I want to be white. Now, I don't want to generalize, but I just want to say that these are common misconceptions and thoughts that people that are black think about me. As far as I know, I'm 100% black. So, yeah. Now, I had to write this all down because I really needed to get to the root of where it began and then how it followed me throughout life. And if I don't write it down, we will be here all night. And we got our champagne, so when I start drinking, I tend to make these videos a little bit longer than they probably should be. So for the sake of time, I wrote it down. I came prepared. Now, don't worry. I know it's long. I know. Relax. It's only one page. It's only one page. But I will elaborate on my little bulletins. So, before we get started, we have to pour the champagne. I actually opened this bottle without you guys because I had a stressful week. Yeah, I started drinking. But I saved the best for last with you guys. So, by the way, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, you should probably do that right now. Stick around. Stay a while. Is this flat? I'm still gonna drink it. So, I definitely need this. I know somebody's gonna be offended by this, and I can't help you because you know what? I've been offended for the last 32 years of my life. I can't help you, alright? You're not the only person. Get in line. Okay, so it all started when I was in elementary school. I got bullied by everyone, actually. Everybody bullied me. But the black kids were the people that, the black kids were the kids who let me know that I was too dark, too skinny, my hair was nappy, and that I walked and talked like a white girl. I was called an Oreo a few times, but it wasn't like a trendy word when I was in school. They just said you want to be white. And even the white kids picked on me. And what I was found to be really strange is that the black community will be so quick to accept any other ethnicity into the community. You guys will take anybody else under your wing, give them the pass, But we have actual black people that still can't get invited to the cookout. That makes no sense whatsoever. Whatsoever. It sounds kind of like when the white people sit here and they will monetize off of black culture, opposed to actually just letting somebody black monetize off of black culture that they already have, and they are black. So you see how that seems like unfair now? Do you get what I'm saying? Are we catching, like, if you don't understand, hopefully by the end of this video you'll understand. So I grew up in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. It was really actually predominantly white people. So it doesn't even make sense why the heck I was picked on so much for the way that I talk and walk when we lived in an area full of nothing but white people. So the neighborhoods, like the neighborhood that I lived in, it was a bunch of black people, and then, like, you know, a few blocks over you started seeing white people and things like that. But at school, it was literally like a bunch of white people and a few black people. Like, we were actually like the minorities. It was the suburbs. So to this day, I don't understand. I don't even get why the kids that were actually shaming me were the ones shaming me. Like, look around you. Boys and girls would bully me. Just to give you guys an example of some of the things that I went through on a regular basis, here's a little list. I regularly did not have a seat on the bus, even if seats were available. If they belonged to somebody that did not like me, I had to stand the entire way home, which was several miles from my bus stop to the school, and from the school back to my bus stop. And then I had to walk about two miles from the bus stop to get back to my actual house. Whenever there were group projects or gym time in school, elementary school, junior high, and high school, I was always picked last. The kids treated me like I had cooties or something. And whenever a new kid came to our school, I would try and like rush to meet them and get to know them first, because I would think this is an opportunity for me to make a new friend before they meet the other kids and find out that I'm not popular and I'm not cool because everyone thinks that I want to be white. And of course they would eventually make their way to the popular kids and never talk to me again after they were privy to my social status. I lived across the street from a basketball court, and when I would see girls from my church go there and play there, girls from my school go there and play there, and they would jump double dutch, I would never be invited to come and play. And I had an older sister, my older sister Danielle. She always jumped double dutch, and she had a double dutch rope. I would literally see the girls come across the street, ask her to play to get her jump rope, and then literally kick her out the game and be using her jump rope to play with it in front of our face, in front of our house. So it wasn't just me. My sisters got the same stuff, but it was nowhere near the type of stuff that I experienced. Black kids were the minorities when I was growing up, but when you're black and you don't even fit in with your own black community, and there's only a few of you, of course you don't feel like you belong anywhere, and you don't feel like the world's going to accept you because your own community doesn't accept you. And like I said, once it was established that I wanted to be white so bad, I was just always a target. As you can see, I'm small framed, so that's another thing. I don't want to play like the victim, but I don't know how else to paint this. Like, I was picked on because of the way that I walk and talk, and it's because I pronunciate and I articulate in an unusual way, apparently. I guess it's really small-minded people really are the ones that think that I want to be white so bad, because, you know, it's never been established what exactly it is besides the way that I talk that makes me want to be white so bad. And I guess the way that I dress, but whatever. I remember back around 2003 to like 2008, and maybe it's still even going on right now, all the black boys suddenly wanted to wear Abercrombie & Fitch and American Eagle and Hollister and Aeropostale, and it looked like a whole entire identity crisis to me. And everybody just let that slide. I guess it was okay when they did it. See, but
I am what I am. I am who I am. I have always dressed this way. I've always talked this way. This is just who I am. I'm not having an identity crisis. But y'all just gonna let that whole entire thing go, right? Okay.
I don't bleach my skin. I don't wear contacts. I don't wear platinum blonde hair. I don't change the way that I behave around certain people. This is the way that I've always been. But I want to be white so bad. Everyone would always tell me that I was the whitest black girl they'd ever seen. Like, the friends that I did have, I still have to this day. And the friends that I did have, they were actually like me. But I want to say they were accepted because they were still like, to someone else, like to somebody in like the hood, my friends would actually be considered black white. But in the area that we grew up in, they were black enough. They were black enough. And I actually wasn't. I was completely the outcast, and they were black enough. So they got the pass and I didn't.
I also want to mention that growing up, I was definitely sheltered. I was the minister's kid, and for actually the most part, my foster mom did not teach me diddly squat. I was uncultured as so I had nothing that I could actually relate to other children in school with, not on music, because we weren't allowed to listen to anything besides gospel music. We weren't allowed to watch anything that was, trendy or popular on TV because it was the devil's work and we were going to definitely go to hell for watching it. It sent me back socially because I didn't even have anything that I could use as a social piece to communicate with kids that didn't like me. I was a fish out of water.
Being black and then being looked at like an outsider to the community, it makes you feel really alone. Because to the world, I am still black. Like, there is nothing about me that's white to the world. They may be able to tolerate me day by day. That's a change, and they're probably like, no, not her. At this point, I'm not surprised anymore. And it's actually been like this everywhere I've ever gone. Even when I left home, everywhere that I've gone outside of where I grew up, when I went to fashion design school, when I went to nursing school, when I started working, everywhere that I've ever worked at, I have actually always been judged based on the way that I talk. It's just a very common thing for black people to do. And I don't want people to get offended and be like, well, we're not all like that. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about and the type of people that I'm talking about. Like, let's not sit here and try to, don't get it confused. I don't want what I'm saying to be taken or blown out of context. You guys know the type of people that I'm talking about. And automatically, as soon as you're labeled the black white girl or the Oreo, you're automatically conceived as stuck up. You can't be the black white girl and not be stuck up. Now everyone thinks that you believe that you're better than everybody else. And everything that you do, you're judged by so much more than anybody else. I get judged on everything that I do and say by the black community because they don't already like me. Anything that I do or say that rubs someone the wrong way, it rubs them the wrong way even more because I'm not accepted in the black community.
So basically, the black community kind of holds it against me and holds it over my head that I'm not even black enough. So if I do something or say something that's kind of controversial, I get the backlash way more because I'm not accepted by the community.
I've been told before that I need a white husband, that I need to find myself a white man.
Coming up, I was constantly told by the generation ahead of me, the older generation actually more specifically, that I was going to need a white man and that only a white man would marry me. And I hope you guys really realize that if this is something that the older generation is teaching to the younger generation of black women just because they walk and talk differently, I want you guys to know that you're actually shitting on our Black men by doing this. Because when you put those ideals in a young, developing mind, it grows up to actually believe that white men are better and superior, and Black men are inferior and incompetent. I take pride in the way that I carry myself, and that is not detrimental to the Black race. It's not detrimental to Black people. But some of these ideals that our elders are instilling in the young minds of our Black people, that is detrimental to generations to come. So that is actually Black hate and self-hate.
What makes you think I like white men? Like, I think y'all attractive, but like, what makes you think I like white men? I have dated outside of my race before.
I've never dated a white guy, but I have had white crushes, all in which never liked me back.
And here's the reason why. I've dated outside my race before because, okay, growing up, the boys were always so mean to me. I was too dark, number one. I was too dark. I was ashy, my hair was nappy, and I wanted to be white, according to the boys. And even when I would like go to different areas, because I had family in different areas, we would go to like the urban areas, the boys acted the same exact way. So it wasn't just like it was a group of boys at one place and I could just get away from it and find luck somewhere else. Even at the church that I went to, the kids bullied me. Jesus Christ. They were so mean to me. So I experienced this all through junior high, all through high school. So when I first started to actually date, when I like left home and started to date, I was willing to give other ethnicities a try because I just thought maybe they treated their women differently. But I was wrong. But that's not the point. I gave them that chance because of that. Because I just internalized that Black men don't like me. They don't want me. I'm not Black enough, first of all. And that will be like the brunt of everybody's joke.
Once Black kids assume that you want to be white, it's also automatically assumed that you are bubbly and stupid like a bubbly, airheaded, suburban white girl. So people constantly always insulted my intelligence. Unfortunately, there have been cases in the past where I've had really awkward social interactions where I've given in to this bubbly perception of myself just so we would actually be able to have a social interaction with somebody Black besides myself. So I have definitely played the idiot and the joke in the past just so I could fit in, and it's only screwed me over and hurt me more and insulted me more.
Whenever you were around somebody who was on a power trip, I would be the one that would be targeted. And the white kids that picked on me were white kids that wanted to be Black. Oh God, that got under. Yo, you know what? I need to take another sip because you know what? Now I'm like really starting to like remember, and I'm just like, y'all pissing me off. Hold on. The white kids that picked on me wanted to be Black so bad. And it's ignorance. Because, you know, we were teenagers and children and such like that, whatever. But this is a message for the people that are doing it as grown folks. Cut that mess out. Cut it out. How, like, thinking about it now as an adult, how dare you? You're going to really sit up, like, and you want to know, we got the problems that we got. Like, this is the result of some of the problems that we got. This is the result of some of the problems that we have in the Black community. This wasn't even supposed to turn into like this type of video. This was supposed to be more funny than anything, but now I'm like, it's not funny. It's not funny. And now that I'm like really taking it in, I'm just like, what the hell? So dig this. How in the world do you expect? What in the world do you actually expect? What do you think that you're actually showing to the world, to other eyes that are on us as a community? When you sit here and you allow other races to come at your own race in front of you and you are sitting here justifying it because she doesn't count. She's not Black enough. The hell? What? The world legit sees me as a Black person. I'm not even light skinned. I'm black. Like, I'm chocolate. I'm not as dark as, you know, I could be. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm Black. Like, I haven't gotten better pay, a better job, better opportunities. I haven't gotten better anything based on the fact that you believe that I want to be white so bad. They ain't giving me shit. I got the same problems you have. I have the same problems you have. Only I don't have the support of the community because I want to be white so bad. So I'm actually at a disadvantage. But every single day, when I go out into the world, I represent the entire black community to the best of my ability, despite the fact that you guys don't always represent me. Or it's conditional. Excuse me. I might have actually covered a lot of points in that last one. Hang on. Wait. I did. Okay, I actually covered everything. This is probably such an out of order video, but hey, at least I'm keeping it short and sweet. The last thing I wanted to say is that growing up, I would always tell my mom that I was getting bullied, and I would tell her what the kids would say, and she would just tell me to ignore it. But as a child growing up, still developing, I couldn't just ignore it, and it definitely had an impact on a lot of the decisions that I made. It had an impact on the music that I listened to, the way that I dressed, the way that I did my hair, the way that I saw the world. I didn't see the world as I want to be white, and they see me as white because the community hates me. I knew that I never wanted to be white. I knew who I was. I wasn't always in touch with who I was, but I knew who I was, and I knew that I was not a black girl who wanted to be white. I just knew that I was a product of my environment. And growing up, when I was in foster care before I got adopted, I was in predominantly white foster homes. I was literally raised around white people. And that's not my fault. But I got black problems just like you do. I got the same black problems that you got. I've had my power cut off. I've had my car repossessed. I've been evicted. I have been homeless. I've been on food stamps. I've been on welfare. I've been on Medicaid. I have regular poverty black problems. I've had them before. So I'm just like everybody else. And to the world, of course, I'm literally just black. I just walk and talk differently. Not even walk and talk differently. I just articulate myself. I carry myself differently. And there's nothing to be ashamed about. That's nothing to be ashamed about. And I'm not ashamed about that. And those problems aren't just black problems. What I'm saying is, like, that's the community that rejects me. Like, I've never been to the welfare office before. Yeah, I have. What are you, like, what? Like, just because I carry myself a certain way does not mean that I have not been in the same position that you've been in before. So I'd rather be accepted by people that represent the black community in a positive way than by people who are just bringing down the community regardless. And I mean, I've even been called a coon before. I've been called a coon because I did not and I do not condone behavior that actually makes the community as a whole look bad, because I'm a part of that. My kids are a part of that, you know, my sons are a part of that, my nieces, my nephews, my sisters, we're a part of that. It matters to me. That's what you don't realize, that the things that you say and do to me, they still impact the community as a whole, so you're only it up for the both of us, and I'm not here for that. It sucks. It really sucks. When the world is against you and your community doesn't support you, and they haven't supported you literally since you could talk, of course, like, that sucks. I'm literally in the middle. They hate me. They hate me. What are you gonna do about it? You know, to my friends that have been my best friends literally since day one, I love you guys so much. You know that I'm completely crazy and erotic and insane, and, you know, I love you guys. And thank you so much for always accepting me as the train wreck that I am. But I'm a work in progress. My sisters, they literally talk the same exact way that I do. Like, exactly the same exact way. I've actually seen my sisters, like, change the way that they talk when they're around certain people to make those people feel more comfortable. I will never change the way that I talk around anybody. This is how I talk. It's big words, little words, and curse words all mixed together, and that's how I talk. That's how I talk. I'm not going to change the way that I am and who I am or talk differently around anybody to make anybody comfortable. So, in closing, I just want to say, if there's anybody else out there, anybody else black like me, I feel for you. I understand. You're black enough to me. You matter to me. And yeah, like, you know, to the black community, honestly, we have to like, when I say we, I mean you guys. Like, I ain't do it, alright? Like, I'm not gonna say we. Because you know what's crazy? When I'm in the world, they generalize and they talk about us, and then I have to represent as a we for the community that doesn't like me because I pronunciate. So, we gotta cut this out. This has to stop. Because it's not helping anybody. Like, it's not. Hopefully this all made sense. Alright, well, that's it. That's all I had to say. There should be a support group for black white people. Since nobody wants us, there needs to be a support group. Yes, comment down below. Like, we need to get an app. We need, that sounds like, look, if y'all not going to accept me in the black community, then we need to make our own community. Comment down below if you support what I just said. So, yeah, because the wine is, like, all starting to, like, really get to me. So I'm going to wrap this video up before I start, really blabbing. Thank you guys for watching to this to the end of this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment down below, all that good stuff. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Hope to see you all in the very next video. Mwah. 12% alcohol. But it's gotta be because it's aged. Did I get it all out? Did I get everything? I had an old coworker who told me that as a black woman, I was not a threat to the Caucasian management, the Caucasian and Jewish management at our job, because I wasn't taken seriously as a black person. Wow. 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 Wow, what an insult. That's really mean. That's really mean. Alright, I'm gonna go. Oh gosh. I didn't even have that much to drink. Alright, I'm gonna go. This stuff is great. Ow, my back. I just feel so strong. I feel so strong. Like, I survived that. Wow. Wow.